Hello, my name's Brian. I'm an Agile Management Consultant, and earlier this year I left London town and headed north. Welcome to Yorkshire. One of the first things to pursue on the roadmap is the pizza oven. I knew I was going to miss the wood-fired pizza oven that I had back in the old house, so one of the first things I purchased when we moved in was a new pizza oven. So the pizza oven is almost a quarter of a tonne, 250 kilos. It's not something you can just pick up and carry around. We have the logs over there. They are going to act as rollers to shift it round the side of the house. Eventually we'll need an engine crane to actually lift it onto the plinth. But for now, we've just got to dismantle the crate and go from there. Where's the agile angle in all this? Well, you need to leverage the tools you have available to you. In this case, those tools also happen to be levers. So in the absence of modern conveniences like a forklift, we're going prehistoric with this one. Levers, rollers, and brute force. There is a slight upward slope to the driveway, so it's going to take a lot of brute force. And it's all happening in the middle of a storm, as this is the one free moment to get the oven through whilst my car is off for its MOT. Getting it up is just the beginning. Now we have to get it down 2 steps. Scaffolding board ramps are laid out and well supported with packing beneath. I bought these boards a few years back, especially to move the pizza oven at the old house. Moving pizza ovens seems to become their lot in life. The oven is levered up enough to put some square chocks underneath, whilst the rollers are removed and then inserted back underneath, but in the other direction. So this is where we are. I didn't have it quite centred on the slope, so it slipped off sideways, ground itself out there. I've now chocked it with a brick to keep it safe, and we're just going to have to lever it across. But I'm out of time. I've got to go do some real work and then pick the car up from the MOT station. So that's pretty much it. Weather's grim, really grim. Any pretense of a plan is now long gone. This is pure experimentation. Trying to find a way of getting the pizza oven moving again. Pure problem solving. Agility's natural home. I try to lever it back over the ramps. It's not budging. Lifting the grounded side lifts the grounded corner, and it begins rolling again. slow but steady progress along the side of the house. I'm slowly learning how to space the rollers, and when I get it wrong, how to get the oven back onto the rollers. Sometimes it's pulling, sometimes it's pushing. Whatever works. No mercy for the long dead pot plants. The next problem is that the rollers are too long to fit through the gap between the house and the retaining wall. We can solve that. Rollers now fit, but aren't going to make good tree stakes in the future. Then I remember something. Suddenly, everything is easier. About 4 times easier, at the expense of needing 4 times as much rope. I have rope to spare.
Oh, why didn't I do this earlier?
Busy working out my logic. So we need 9 courses of bricks in order to get to the right height for the oven itself to be worktop height, 90 centimetres. That means the first course of bricks, I actually want to start not with a full brick or a slug, but with a half brick on that corner, so that when I reach the top, I've got a half brick and I can actually put it across like that in order to give a bit more support and decorative finish that sort of mirrors, as he goes up, shoop, how the corners work on the roof. Little details like that matter. I won't pretend to be a professional bricklayer, but it's solid enough and, more importantly, level. Now all that has to be done is to lift 250 kilos of pizza oven up onto the brick plinth. Thankfully, I was able to borrow an engine crane from my neighbour. Otherwise, I had been contemplating just using levers and sliding timber bulks beneath as it's raised up. Proper medieval material handling. The crane is much safer. It takes some trial and error to find the balance point. The weight of the oven is not evenly distributed. It's biased towards the front of the oven due to the arch and door. Ratchet straps provide the adjustment. You should never use ratchet straps for lifting. Forgive me, but it's a small lift. Annoyingly, the crane legs and brick plinth want to occupy the same space, and they can't. I have to lift the oven on and then use the crane to take the weight so that I can slide it around and get it into the right position. The mortar needs tidying up after being mushed around. Today is not pizza day. The oven needs to be warmed through first to dry it out because it hasn't been used yet and it still contains quite a lot of moisture. If you put in a pizza fire at several hundred degrees, all that moisture would turn to steam and the oven would explode. Not something I want given the amount of effort I've spent getting it to this stage. So, small fire, and we'll have pizza later in the week. You'll see that when we get there. Go slow, dry it out. Just a log or two an hour for a few hours prior to setting a fire that takes it to pizza temperatures. Start the fire on the top, the embers drop down and light the larger logs below. Today is pizza day. The end result? It got eaten so quickly I didn't get a chance to grab a shot of it, which is proof itself. All this was happening early autumn last year. Now it's winter and there's trouble in workshop. But that's for next time.